Hello and welcome back to the Games Kingdom. My name's Carl King and today we're going to be taking a look at another lovely set of tokens and battle maps from LOKE Battlemats. We've got three items to show you today. We've got the first one here is the Cyberpunk Red Set, battle maps and tokens. Now I've not done anything other than take the cellophane off these, so we're all going to be looking at these for the first time together today. So for me it's going to be as much of a surprise as what we get in this box and the other sets that I'm going to show you, as you will see here on this video. So as I say, these have been supplied once again very kindly to me by LOKE, so I can do this video review. So as you can see, we've got all of these items will be within these pages that we're going to show you. They're all wipe clean, lay flat battle maps. You can use wet and dry markers on them. They've got 1-inch grids for tactical encounters, and as I say, they lie flat, which makes them ideal for use with miniatures. So there's 30 double-sided punch tokens in here as well, and we've got some, as I say, we've got some other bits and pieces to show you. So without sort of hanging about, we'll show you the first. So this is volume 1, as you can see here. So we'll just try and get that in as much as we can on camera, but you get the idea. So each side of these are going to be making up a complete map, so you could use these individually. You can sort of turn that round and just use that for a single page if you wanted, or you open them up and they sort of make a continuous map. So as I say, with this set, they are for sort of cyberpunk, but you could use them for all sorts of different things, from, you know, your sort of sci-fi settings as well as cyberpunk. But yeah, we've got again some very clear printing on these with lots of detail. As I say, they're all 1-inch squares on these particular pages, and you've got stuff built in, you know, as well as rooms. You've got little bits of scenery that you can sort of say that your miniatures are sort of hiding behind or getting cover from on these mats. But yeah, there's a lot of variation and bits and pieces. So you've got some tunnels coming in from this side, so we'll, as I say, we'll just sort of move these around as we look through these books. And then you've got some roads here as well, which will lead me on to some of the other stuff that we're going to be looking at as well. So you've got some derelict sort of burnt out cars and bits and pieces and offerings here on these pages, as you can see. So you can play your games of sort of Gaslands and bits and pieces, maybe even sort of The Walking Dead you can use these for. But yeah, anything and everything really that you want to. You could use these as part of a sci-fi stroke cyberpunk RPG campaign, and use these for different encounters that your RPG characters come up against, and have the miniatures and things ready. So like this, we've got sort of like a cafe stroke cafeteria thing here with a pool table. You've got some music stuff here in this thing here, so you've got like a little stage area. You've got what looks like a bit of a sort of medical bay area here, and again sort of medical rooms, and again more sort of patient rooms on this side. And down here you've got another sort of area where sort of operations or medical procedures can be carried out. We've got like here sort of like maybe a storage area, and plenty more bits and pieces here. So you've got maybe sort of cruise quarters, and then various sort of empty rooms. And the reason they've left a lot of these rooms empty, you'll see again, because as part of this particular set they've sent other bits and pieces that you can sort of populate into these areas, rooms and whatever. So as you can see here, this is again more sort of outside, more of a sort of arid sort of desert type terrain. more sort of that, but with a little bit of, that could even be some sort of landing strip as well as a road. You've got some sort of shipping containers on this one with a bit of graffiti and stuff on bits and pieces here, and on the road as well as on the containers. And then again you've got sort of like a bit of a ship there at the end. So that's the first one of those particular books. That's volume 1. We'll just move these out. This is volume 2. So again, you can continue the sort of theme, but also what you can do with these, you can put these two books side by side, either lengthways or above or below, and you can make larger areas for your game. So you've got sort of like a helipad here. Again, more roads to use for your cars and bits and pieces. Some more buildings. So as I say, you've got lots and lots of variation on these that you can sort of use and sort of make up your own scenarios and use these for, as I say, they are ideal for your sort of RPG games as much as anything. Some very nice sort of outside complex sort of with your sort of makeshift walls and bits and pieces here, your sort of dry stone walling. Again, more here. Some more internal stuff here, so you've got almost like, again, like a canteen stroke cafeteria area, maybe within sort of a base or a compound. More different types of rooms there with your mesh flooring. There could even be a sort of an upper level and things. You've got potentially some stairs sort of going up here. You've got your restricted areas. Again, more sort of areas that you can hide and sort of have your miniatures sort of wandering through during your games. And like with all of the other pages, all of these have got your 1-inch squares on. So if you've got that sort of 1-inch movement in most games, or sort of 25mm to 1-inch movement for your characters and NPCs, then obviously these will mark it out very nicely, and there's no need for rulers. You'll just move a excuse me, a set amount of squares. More arid landscape. Some more of those shipping containers. So again, you could put those two areas together, and we'll just have a quick go at that. We'll go back to what we had earlier. We'll try and find that one. So that's your second one, and we've got that there. So you could put potentially both of those books together, as you can see, hopefully there, just slightly. They'll all come together. So you've got your first book there, and then you're up into volume 2. So you'll get to put those out and make a nice sort of 2-foot square area. So a bit even bigger sort of playing area. And again, you've got that other end of that ship there. So you've got that one section, and then we could quite easily put on this second one here. So you'll have that whole complete ship. We're just sliding that along to play your games on. So yeah, fantastic how they've sorted all of that out and made it all, you know, sort of match up and things. But you can sort of mix and match all of these things together, and then obviously you can use some of the other pages within here for the shipping containers that you've got. You could even say that that's like lower decks. So you've got the upper deck there, and then go down to the lower decks if you wanted. And then with this particular box set, you'll get some of these tokens that you can put out on your board. And if you're playing games of things like Gaslands and you haven't got vehicles, then obviously these come with punch out cars and vehicles that you can use, including the police force there. But you can use those on your maps, and they're all double-sided, so you can see the other half of the, or the other side of the cars there, and you can see that they are very nicely done, so they're even just sort of falling out of these particular sort of cutouts, so you're not going to have any trouble getting these items out of here. And so you've got some cars there, and you've got some more shipping containers here, and then we've got some bits and pieces that have already sort of fallen out, so we'll put those nicely, hopefully, back into their little respective areas. So you've got some fans, you've got another vehicle there, you've got some more flooring that you can put down, and again they're all done double-sided, so you can flip them over and use them. So you've got on this one particularly here that you can see this sort of pattern. On the flip side you've got a different set of flooring and some different stuff on there, and then obviously with that car you've got that on the one side, and then you've got a sort of ruined thing on the back. So again, you know, these are very sort of versatile in the way that you can use them, because they're not just sort of one use for what you get. You've also got in this set that I've been sent the Cyberpunk Red Chase pack. So again, what's in here you can see on the back. So we're going to have hopefully a few road stroke maps, so you've got some more immersive battle maps, you've got 62 detailed token designs and everything you need for road combat. So you could even use this and make up your own games of you know, like a almost like a Death Race 2000 type scenario, if you remember that film from the old days. So you've got these very long sort of fold out maps, again double-sided, so you've got that arid look and then a more sort of city type there. So this is what they mean by 4. It's not 4 separate ones, I would think. It's 4 double-sided ones. So you could put, again, you can put those end to end. So you could have like a, almost like a drag race if you wanted. You could use dice to see how far your car moves, or play cards, that sort of thing. But again, you can use these in conjunction with the books. And then we've got all of these different, again, different tokens. We'll just use the back of the box there to sit them on. So you've got all of these cars, again double-sided, so you've got some sort of dirt cross bikes, some jeeps, and some sort of racing vehicle. So again, as I say, you can use your own imagination to play different games. So we've, again, you can see that they come out very nicely and very easily indeed. So we just try and put those back into their little holes there. And again, more police. So you've got a couple of police cars there on a double-sided type thing. Then we've got some larger vehicles here as well. So, and some more containers that you can see on the back there, and different pictures stroke designs on the flip side, including a fire truck, which obviously on the back is a container. So again, we've got excellent variety there. So you've got a nice pack of bits and pieces that you can use in your games. And then we've got this last pack, which we're going to again open for the first time on camera. And this is the add-on scenery for RPG battle maps. So what we've got in here, hopefully, if we can get them out, because these things always tend to stick to the packs and they don't tend to come out very easily at all, as you can see. I should have got these out before starting the video, but they do tend to have a bit of a sticky sort of side to them, and then trying to get them out of the pack can be a bit of a pain. But once they're out, there you go. So we've got again the Cyberpunk Red pack of 120 reusable static clings for use on any laminated surface. So you could use these obviously with those packs that you've got and we've shown you already, but obviously there are also a lot more of these things that Loke have done, so you could use these with any of those. So these are just like your peel off, almost like your window stickers that you have sometimes at sort of Christmas and stuff, that you put on your front windows for sort of snowflakes and things. These are going to be very similar, and then once you finish with them they'll just go back onto these so that you don't lose them. But again, you've got some cars that have been upturned. You've got one here that obviously you can see like that, so you can put these down on your battle maps. You've got some barricades and bits and pieces that you can put down, and again you can use for sort of your miniatures and your characters to hide behind during the game, or block line of sight, and also make it more difficult for vehicles to just sort of go full pelt. They might have to sort of go round and do bits and pieces. So a bit like if you've seen films like Escape from New York, when they did the one of the last scenes where they were driving over the bridge and they'd put all the obstacles, so they were weaving over the bridge. You've got tables and chairs, you've got little sort of comms relays and desks, so you've got lots of things here. Again, more sort of medical type tables stroke chairs. You've got beds, then you've got, as I say, more cars that you can put down, some industrial fan units and air conditioning, so you can have those where some creatures are potentially sort of coming in from. And then the last one that we're going to have a look at is this one. So again, you've got more barricades, you've got some tanks here that you can use for saying that, you know, they're sort of like water tanks, or anything really that you want to say that's in there, acid or any particular liquid. And then you've got your sort of large industrial reels, your barrels for oil, some bits of pipe, and then again some more sort of barricades that you can use for your sort of defense systems. So there we have it. It's all the new Cyberpunk Red packs from LOKE Battlemats. So if you like the look of these, I'm not sure if you can buy these as a complete whole set. You might well be able to, but certainly you'll be able to sort of mix and match things and buy them as separate items as well, I would think. So you can check out their website. You can also have a look at, they do attend some sort of trade shows, I believe. I'm not sure if they go to UK Games Expo, but you can always check out their website. Their prices are very good and very reasonable for stuff like these. You've got a multitude of uses that you'll get out of these sort of sets. I've done some previous ones for both fantasy battle maps and sci-fi. Also some a video on their dungeon door set, fantasy dungeon doors. So yeah, go back through my videos and have a look, and you'll see more of these, so you can get an idea of whether you want to buy different ones of these and mix and match them with others from previous releases. But certainly this new one is one of their most complete ones that they've done, because you've got basically everything you need here to do your sort of gas lands or anything like that. You don't need to purchase actual miniatures cars or anything. Obviously you can, and you can use that with that, but if you want to, you can use the cars that come in there as part of the token set and the stickers, and you can move them around and put them on different boards and different maps, and just sort of sort your tables out and your games out to your heart's content. So for me, this is another LOKE product that gets the Games Kingdom Royal Seal of Approval. So we've given this now to all of their releases, simply because if this is the sort of stuff that you're after in your games, these are excellent, and you don't need to buy anything else if you don't want to. You don't need to buy sort of physical terrain if you don't want to, and it's also easier and lighter to carry this stuff around because it's all flat packed. It'll all go back into the boxes. You can put those ones that I did have some difficulty getting out of this sort of wrapper, you can easily put those into the chase pack, and then they're all in there together. So you don't need to worry about that sort of thing. If you like these videos, then give it a thumbs up and a like and a subscribe. On my site at the moment I've got a couple of videos of my top 20 games, and there is a competition running on that for a free prize. But you'll find all of my videos for gaming content, reviews and some playthroughs, all on my channel, The Games Kingdom, on YouTube, and I also post on Facebook. We have a page set up on Facebook as well, so if you search for that. But as I say, if you click a like, that would be great, and a subscribe, and you'll get notified when more of these videos are released. Until then, it's bye for now.